Hey, beautiful people. Welcome to episode 176 of Credit 101. In this episode, we're going to talk about authorized user accounts. And you guys need to know about authorized user accounts because they can make or break your credit. Now, an authorized user is someone who is added to another person's credit card account with the primary cardholder's permission. The authorized user receives a card with their name on it, but is not legally responsible. Not legally responsible for paying the bill. The primary cardholder remains responsible for all payments. Now, I have to say that because when you guys ask someone as an authorized user, or if you're at it, a credit card is going to be sent. You can request that they don't get a credit card, or you can request that that credit card gets sent to your house. But you have to understand that you're basically authorizing them to use your credit card without any type of liability. So I'm all like, I didn't have someone mess up my credit before, and I'm just like, I'm never again doing it. I just feel like if you want to get some credit, you should be able to get some credit for yourself, or you need to figure out what you need to do to be able to get your credit, like get some credit. Because authorized user accounts can make or break you. Someone can max out a credit card or do anything negative that can hurt your credit. Um, I wouldn't say, well, max out a credit card and mess up your utilization. Now you have to pay off that debt. So it can really hurt you and really set you back financially. So I want you guys to understand that before we get into anything. And if you guys become an authorized user on someone else's credit card, please do not play about their credit. Do not do anything that you know that you're not authorized to do verbally with them, because once you get, I'm so sorry about that, you guys. Once you get their credit card, like, you can do whatever you want. So just make sure you guys are being responsible. Now, the benefits of becoming an authorized user is you get credit history boost. So all of the history that they had in terms of all that on-time payment history from when they opened that card is going to be added to your credit report. That's nice. And say if you only got $300 credit cards, $500 credit cards, now you guys are going to have credit cards being reported. They say if it's authorized user of $10,000, $5,000, $7,000, even 20,000, 30,000, whatever it can be. This can help with your overall utilization. And I do suggest that they're not using this credit card or holding a balance on this credit card, or having a balance more than 5%, because anything more than that is going to hurt your credit score. And that's something we definitely need to talk about. But you're going to have that history, you're going to have access to credit, and now you're going to have potentially a higher credit score. Now, to become an authorized user, all you have to do is speak to the person that's a primary card holder and ask them to add you as an authorized user. Now, usually they're going to need your full name, date of birth, and your social security number to add you. Okay. Now, once you are approved, you will receive your own card with your name on it, which is allowing you to make purchases again. You may or may not get the card, because sometimes you may actually pay to be an authorized user on someone else's credit card. Now, understand that let's talk in terms of you're an authorized user. There is things you need to know about the responsibility and limitations. You're not legally responsible. So anybody that adds you as an authorized user, it don't matter who it is. You're not responsible for whatever you spend. They are. The usage limits, you need to know what their credit limit is, because if you know what their credit limit is, then you can know how much you're able to spend too. And then you also want to know about the impact on your credit. So the account's activity, including like the payment history, the balance, will be reported to your credit report. So if they're missing payment or carrying high balances, is going to negatively affect your credit. I have seen a lot of people get added as an authorized user, and they have credit cards with 97% utilization. On top of it being 97% utilization, sometimes it's not bad because you can hide it with having good credit yourself, or having higher limit credit cards yourself. But having that high of a utilization, and say if it's a $10,000 credit card, no, you have is $300 or $500 credit cards. Having a $9,000 something dollar balance, that is going to damage your credit so much, and you can't build your way out of there, because that's technically your highest limit, and it got a high balance. So please, no late payments and high utilization, because once you get added, or once those things be added and reported, it's going to drop your credit score. So again, you want to choose someone with great history and accounts that is staying in good standing too. Okay, you can always request to be removed. All you have to do is tell them to call the company and ask to be removed. Or a lot of times, when you're not a lot of times, but when you're an authorized user, you're able to call sometimes and say certain things like, hey, I want to be removed as an authorized user. Now you have to understand the impact to your credit. Now, if they have high utilization, this can be a great thing when you get removed. Now, if it's maybe it's an authorized user account where a credit card that well, if they have bad utilization, then it could be a good thing as a remove. But if they have very good utilization, great history, and it was actually boosting your credit score, once it's removed and the account is removed from your credit reports, and then your credit score could potentially drop. Okay. And these are some risks and some considerations I want you guys to understand. So your credit improvement is tied to, or the misuse of this account, it can actually hurt your credit score. So if you fall behind on this card, or if they fall behind, or if you use too much of it, you can be dependent on it in a way. So your credit improvement is going to be tied to this. So I just want to make sure that you guys are not missing any payments, or you make sure that they're not missing any payments, or you're not using too much on the credit card and they're not using too much. I wouldn't really want to be on a lot of people's credit card, because they can really ruin, if they wanted to, they can ruin your credit in a way by just messing up on that one credit card. And it's a scary thing, but it can be a good thing. But you have to understand these different things, because some people think they're doing good by adding authorized user account to their credit reports, but it's not. Okay. And I understand you have limited control over the account's activity, and the primary cardholder, their decisions will impact your credit score. Now, there are some alternatives to authorized user accounts. You can just build your own credit. If you can't get approved for credit cards, you need to just go ahead and get a secure credit card. And I'm about to show you my website, Rickita.com. So I'm going to show you how you can actually look at some credit cards to get approved for. Look into getting a credit builder loan, or even start with some of the retail credit cards just to start building your credit. Because if that's what you have to do, then that's what you have to do. But I wouldn't want you to ruin your credit trying to build your credit and get the wrong authorized user account. Okay. So please be responsible about this. Authorized user accounts are very important to know about, but at the same time, there's cause we're concerned about these accounts. So I'll see you guys at episode 177. Let's actually look at my website before we go there. Hey, welcome to episode 177 of Credit 101. In this episode, I want to talk to you guys about partnering with local merchants. Now, the reason I said partner with your local merchants, because sometimes you can go to a store and not know that they offer credit there. And not only do they offer credit, but they will report that credit onto your credit reports. Sometimes people are looking to have different accounts reported and they just don't know where to go. So I wanted to make this video to tell you guys about a few local merchants that you can consider based off of what I experienced. You guys may find this when you go to some of your local credit union. Credit unions or banks, you guys can consider them like a merchant for you guys. But if you go to like your local credit union, I did that. I was able to get a credit card from them. I was able to get my car refinanced, and they gave me a home equity loan. So I just found me a local credit union and they gave me what I wanted. But let me tell you guys about a few other accounts that I was able to get to and I got approved for that actually report to the credit bureaus. Now, with these accounts, let me say this, that they may not be, I'm not going to say anything about what they have going on other than what I have experienced. That's it. Because some of them, they get bad raps. Some people, you may use the account wrong, or not wrong, but they may not pay it and they have problems with it. I'm not talking about that. I'm only talking about the point that they will report to the credit bureaus. Double check that they are going to still report, because that's all I care about. We've cared about it getting reported to the credit bureaus. So actually on my website, I have a list. It's Rickita.com. I have this list pre-qualified with no hard inquiry. I have a few store credit cards on here. Just to show you, I want to show you these store credit cards, because this is just a great example of actually stores giving you credit. And you can just be trying to get you a Tempur-Pedic mattress. Maybe what if you was just trying to get you a mattress and then you find out they had a credit card? That credit card is going to report to the credit bureaus. So that's a way that you can actually start building your credit. Sealy, maybe you was trying to go there and you find out, oh my gosh, I got a credit card. Apply for it, because especially if you're going to go there anyway, if you want credit being reported, it's a great way to like easily get accounts reported to your credit reports. Yamaha, they have their credit card. Bob's Discount Furniture. So these are just a few. Maybe you went to Kohl's and you're like, oh my gosh. So a lot of store credit cards. Kohl's, Lowe's, Lexus, These are credit cards that you guys can apply for. You can think of them like a local merchant. I think about them as just companies that you may just go to just buy something, and maybe you find out they had a credit card. Maybe you want to just finance it just if you want them to report to the credit bureaus. Now, some other ones I want to talk to you guys about is Snap Finance. You guys can apply for them. You can pre-qualify for them. They don't care about your credit history. In a sense, they're going to be actually looking at your banking, how much money you have coming into your accounts, to let you know how much you're going to get approved for. So I was able to get approved for the Snap before. I never used it. They do have the same as cash. Definitely make sure you guys search same as cash, Snap Finance, to make sure what their terms are and what they want to actually do for the same as cash. But the one that I actually did actually apply for and do um, was the ASEMA. So the ASEMA credit, this is the one I actually did. I did this one, I applied for it and actually used it. I got a sectional. I still have the sectional today. I got a sectional with this, and I was able to, actually they have it right here to learn more. They actually have a credit card now. Congratulations. I didn't know they had a credit card. I have to make a separate video. But I was actually able to get credit with them. And it's really like one of them Snap Finance where you're just going and buying things from the store. So I definitely like this one now, especially seeing that they do have a actual credit card. But she was able to find out which store actually accepted it. They approved you for a certain amount, and as long as you paid it off, like that, they have like a 90-day same as cash or a 100-day same as cash. As long as you pay it off within that time frame, then you guys look, they were going to report to the credit bureaus that you paying. And I did the same as cash options, so I wasn't paying all those fees, because we are talking very high interest accounts, especially with like a SEMA and Snap Finance, very high interest, and credit cards in general can be high interest. But these are some of those companies, or even I put in here in my search, Ashley Furniture, Rooms to Go. See if they got credit cards. So I know Ashley Furniture definitely got a credit card. It's with Synchrony Bank. So let me actually see, because look, financing, some of these companies are going to report to the credit bureaus, and if you were already going there anyway, you can build your credit that way. And look, in store only, 72 months interest-free financing on premium mattress brands. So look, that is really good. And sometimes ask them, are they going to report? Sometimes they're going to report, and they do have a credit card that you can apply for. So there you guys go. You guys have some options of a lot of different accounts. But when I say actually partner with your local merchants, I mean those companies that you're going to spend money with anyway. Ask them, do y'all have any type of financing option, and will you guys report to the credit bureaus? Because that's what's going to be important. But let's go over to episode 88. I'm going to episode 178, and I'm going to actually show you my website too, because I want to make sure you guys get familiar, because I have free credit reports there, free credit report access there. I have some dispute letters there. So let's actually go ahead and check it out.